Hello there everyone, this is Mark III and welcome back to the giant Stompy Robot Simulator. By which I mean, of course, Mechwarrior Online. Well, it's not the giant Stompy Robot Simulator anymore, it's one of the, what with old Mechwarrior 5 being a thing. But yeah, Mechwarrior Online. I did a stream a few weeks back, and that was the first time touching the game in about roughly a year-ish. And, you know, it got me thinking that maybe I'd like to try doing some more content. I almost said content, I don't know why. You can tell I'm a bit rusty, can't you? Don't worry though, I remember the video format that I used to use. I'm going to try doing some more videos in that style. Just, as something of interest. And one of the things asked during that stream was some of my favourite designs. I'd honestly forgotten a bunch of them, but since then I've been going through my old save files in here and I found some. And I'm going to do a set of videos just showing off those loadouts and things, just remembering how they were and seeing if they're still any good. They should still be. But for this, my first Mechwarrior Online video in quite some time, I've got something new. This adorable pile of scrap is a Corsair, a 95-ton assault mech, which it's apparently the third Piranha PGI original mech. They've been releasing one original mech per year. Sadly, this thing is classed as apocryphal, meaning it's non-canon, but I like it because I think it's the first time I've seen, outside of anything that might have turned up in mods, an actual mainline Franken-mech, which means it's a mech that's cobbled together out of random parts and things. I mean, look at it, it's got a dozer blade on the front, it's not symmetrical at all. Well, it's generally vaguely symmetrical on most of the frame, but if you look at the legs, you can see there's all sorts of doodads and things. It's got vestigial arms, because look at these look like loading cranes or something. And they're just bolted onto the side because what the heck. And if you look at the front of it here, this is armor plating held on by pistons and cable. This is not a sleek, refined, finished design by any stretch. It's just a hodgepodge of junk originating from the periphery, and I love it. This design's got character. It's, yeah. Officially, Corsair was used to refer, well, officially from PGI side, Corsair was used to refer to some heavy assault class Franken mechs cobbled together during the Secession Wars era in the periphery, based on an original hero mech called the Ravager. Sadly, I wasn't playing around last Christmas, so I didn't get myself a free Ravager. If I'd played enough, I would have actually got one. But, yeah. In general, though, these things are noted by their original designer to have parts from king crabs and stalkers specifically included as some of the construction materials, mostly in the legs, but there are all sort of random bits here, there, and everywhere. And there's also a Thunderbolt if we got one with a missile pod, which just winds up being bolted on the shoulder, just around there. In fact, I'll show you. I'll also show you one of the lovely things, because this mech visibly changes between its variants, not just in actual weather weapon pods and things like that. It's like very drastic, because some of its versions actually have arms. You know, just actual arms. If I bring up this one here, look at that, it's got an arm on it. It's just, instead of that vestigial arm that was back there, it's got an outright entire arm just attached to the side of it now. There is a two-arm version in here somewhere. Yeah, there we go. So that's one of the ways it looks. And honestly, I love that as well. It's like the Corsairs are different. And honestly, I don't know how popular they are because, you know, I've been out of touch for a while. But yeah, I think that first one... Yeah, look, there's the Thunderbolt's missile pod just strapped onto the side of it, just at the top there. Because why not? But anyway, let's get back to this. Right, this is probably one of the most common Corsair variants for people that have bought the mech without buying the pack or getting the last Christmas's bonus mech, which I had honestly completely forgotten was a thing. This is a Corsair COR-7A. No nickname, no nothing, no anything. And I've worked up what I think is probably an okay loadout for it. So I'm more or less settled on how I want to run this thing, and I think I'm okay with that. And the main focus point is 1, 2, 3, 4 AMS systems on an assault mech. 4 AMS systems is very rare in itself, but 4 AMS on an assault mech is even rarer. As in, there's only a couple of mechs with 4 AMS systems outright. So yeah, this thing is more like a support assault mech, and that is normally the kind of role that I've favoured when playing in Mechwarrior Online. I prefer to support other players rather than be outright in the front line, metal to metal, cannon to cannon, just pounding on the opposing guy and hoping that he'll break before I do. That kind of thing. I prefer to hang back a little, be a bit more careful in how I play, and I think this mech lets me do that while also providing massive anti-missile capabilities to help protect my teammates, who are the ones who are going to be shot at most of the time in an ideal world. It normally doesn't go that way. I have done test matches in this mech quite a bit, and half the time I get shredded. So, typical Mechwarrior Online, I suppose. And if the enemy doesn't have many missile weapons, then, you know, it's only a few tons wasted. I've still got plenty to bring to the table. So, this particular mech, I'll expand it here. It is built on a standard structure with standard armor and carries double heat sinks for extra heat management because of its special equipment. It is powered by a light 325 engine. I could have probably gone XL, but a light one, there's no centerline weaponry systems on this thing, so if it loses left and right torso, well, it's out of the fight, so I don't mind dying at that point. So the light engine is a good compromise. Now that gives it a full speed of 55.4, which is pretty decent for such a heavy mech. Yes. In terms of weaponry, we have 2 weapon sets, just to make sure that I can't be ignored. So my punch is a bit light for an assault, but I do bring a decent punch anyway. Main gun is a UAC-10, so Ultra AC, and it is fed by 3.5 tons of ammunition. And I would like to mention, by the way, this is also mounted in a way that I can ridge peak with it as well. If we look, because that's the UAC-10, just sitting right up there on the shoulder. So its own little weapon pod, and it actually peaks just before the cockpit does, because my cockpit is actually sitting here behind that bulldozer blade in the side there. So it's like I'm not even sure where the CT and LTs are. I think that's the CT there, that's RT, that's LT, and my head is just in front of the LT. So is that blade part of the head or part of the torso? I think it's part of the side torso, but I don't know where things are on this mech, and I love it. Oh dear. Right, let's get that back up. Right. So yeah, Ultra AC, massive amounts of ammo for it. It's going to be able to stay firing for quite a while. So that's a mid-range option. Unusually enough, I've got close-range option as well, which is a quartet of med pulse lasers. So lots of close-in to middle-ish range damage there. If things get too close to me, I want to be able to make them back off, and the med pulses are more than capable of doing that. But they're on this right arm here, and there's some right here, right by the cockpit as well. So, yeah, just got close range punch, which is solid, reliable, not particularly exotic, but it's just going to work. And then in terms of special equipment, we have a Beagle Active Probe, counters incoming ECM mechs, so anything that gets too close, it's a light, I should be able to help detect it, that kind of thing. But the actual meat of this mech is the anti-missile capability. We have 2 regular AMS systems, which are fed by 2.5 tons of ammo, which is a plentiful supply. And then also, on the left and right torso, rather than the arms, we've got laser AMS systems as well. So we've got extra AMS potential at the price of it running hot, because it's a laser AMS. But don't worry though. Despite all that, we also have 10 extra double heat sinks installed. 3 in the engine, and then the rest scattered mostly around the left side of the mech, but some on the right as well. And that gives us a cooling rating of 1.32. That is very tasty actually, 1.32. This mech is very good at handling its heat. So the laser AMS is unlikely to cause me to shut down. I have to be very aggressive with my weapons to actually have a heat problem. So if I'm being shot to pieces, I might overheat then, but if that's happening, then I'm in trouble anyway, because this mech, it's got big hitboxes. It's easy to damage it, if I'm honest. And it's a Franco mech, so that makes sense, honestly. Nothing special in the weapon groups, it's just like you whack on the left mouse, all the pulses on the right mouse, so have to be careful because they are a bit wide out there on the right hand side. But for the most part, it's actually not too bad. And then lastly, I don't normally do this, or I didn't normally do this. I think my normal right now is I don't do Mechwarrior Online videos at all, but here you go. I've actually got some skill points invested in this mech now. In survival, I've gone for the AMS systems, so I've got AMS overloads 1 and 2, along with some bonuses to skeletal density, which is increasing my structure points and also reducing incoming critical hits, that kind of thing, is what I've wound up with. And the rest so far has gone into mobility, actually. Since I'm a support, and I don't particularly want to be engaging, or rather being the primary target, that would be a very bad idea. Unless it's enemy missile users, then I want to be the primary target. But the rest of it's all gone into a mobility enhancement, so faster acceleration, faster braking, faster turning, that kind of thing. And I'm trying to get speed tweak, which is all down at the bottom down here, really. So just so I can move faster. So this mech, try to stay in position, stay near the most of my allies where I can do the most good, and with enough weaponry to make my presence felt. That's kind of what I'm trying to do with this build, and so far it seems to be working out okay. But you don't have to listen to me waffling on and take my word for it. We are about to get into the matches. So I'll be following the previous format of these videos. I will show you 2 matches, whether they go well or go horribly. If something winds up really short, I may show you a 3rd match, but we never know how these things are going to go until we do them. So see you in a few moments when we get into the fight.
Reactor online. Sensors online. Weapons online.
I remember always seeing the
All
flames
systems
coming out in
normal.
Wyoming. The extra gas coming up, they burn off.
Coming in. Capture the target area and engage any hostiles.
Alright, where do you want me to wait? What's your piloting? Your LRFO? Yes, sir. Head into Foxtrot 9. I'm gonna go grab the circle real quick and I'll support your advance directly into Foxtrot 9. Echo 7, Echo 8, and there you go. It dumps you into Foxtrot 9 safely. Roger.
Okay, welcome to Grimplexus, the old favourite, well, one of the old favourites.
Don't worry about the circle, I got that. You guys get yourselves into Foxtrot 9. It's a pivot point on this map. The fulcrum.
Yes, welcome to Grimplexus. And as you can hear, we've got some very active voice comms going on, so that's why I was
down Echo 7, Echo 8 into Foxtrot 9. Targets will be available Gulf 8 in 30 seconds.
Roger that.
Affirmative.
We are organised this match. Haha! That said, yeah, I do want to stick with my team, so knowing where they're going is a very good idea. But I wanted to point out really quickly before I got
I'm gonna
moving
go up the
too
straight
much,
line and launch missiles from there.
Sounds good.
is look
Straight
at this
line's kind of
cockpit.
far, but okay.
Look at it.
I guess you got ICBMs on that build?
Yep.
Is that a battery over that side? The Franco-mech nature of this mech extends to the interior as well. This is
Bravo.
lovingly done. Oh dear.
Charlie, Mad Cat Mark II viable. Fox 8.
Target acquired.
Target spotted.
Okay, now remember, I am a support
Copy,
build,
Charlie.
so I do
I'll
not
be
want
cutting
to
over
be.
from the 3 line.
Target spotted.
I do not want to be primaried, but I want to be near the front line.
New target.
Oh, jammed on the
acquired.
first click. Oh. It's an enemy champion.
Target
I missed the
spotted.
arrival of the champion, honestly.
Target spotted. Data assistance.
Okay, I think the champion is probably one that I'm going to be bothering a bit because it's trying to push forward, isn't it? Yeah, there it is. Back up, back up. I don't want to expose myself too much. What is that champion doing? It's trying to engage someone, isn't it?
New target acquired.
Target
Launching
spotted.
Echo.
Thanks.
Launching Echo.
That poor rifleman. He peeked over. He thought I was going for the champion, which I was,
40%
and he lost his CT.
Target spotted.
There's the champion.
New
Wolverine, Fox
target
8.
acquired.
Roger.
Okay, I'm not
Delta.
comfortable with that champion being on the flank there.
Target
Jump down.
spotted.
Watching Echo.
Target spotted.
Echo confirmed. Nice
Echo
work.
down.
Center formation Fox 8. We're talking about Gulf Fafnir.
Target spotted.
Center
Affirmative.
formation
target
converge all
acquired.
firepower on Gulf Fafnir.
Launching Golf.
Left flank only, Juliet Gulf 8. Left flank only.
Launch on Alpha.
Target spotted. Affirmative.
Oh, that was nasty.
You're clear on
Blocking Gulf.
30% on Gulf.
That guy has racks,
Nice work.
but
Proceeding Gulf.
I was able to back up
Spotted.
enough to survive it. Ouch. Yeah.
Central Alpha champion.
Target spotted.
Target
Alpha hitting to
acquired.
me.
Yep.
New target
Alpha
acquired.
champion viable Gulf 6.
Why?
Target destroyed.
Nice work on Alpha. Rotate all firepower, Foxtrot 8.
Target
Center
acquired.
formation on
New
India.
target acquired.
Target spotted.
Launch
I'm
on
getting
India.
blasted. I'm getting blasted with the flamer.
Oh, that's a dead
Yes,
rifle.
sir.
Juliet Thunderbolt Gulf 8.
New target
not Juliet.
acquired.
Kilo Centurion.
I need help. Foxtrot 7.
Target spotted.
On my way.
Target
Something with a
destroyed.
flamer. I'm dead.
Target spotted.
On my way.
What the hell was happening in Gulf 7?
Target acquired.
Fox 7. I'm searching for contact.
Searching Fox 7.
Located. Light Mech
New
Lima.
target
Target spotted.
acquired.
On him.
Light Mech Lima.
Confirmed.
Yeah, get
It's an Irby. He's got me over here.
I'm moving your way.
We're a quarter of the way there. Keep
Okay,
it up.
that's sort of
Target
light
spotted.
causing trouble. But
Lima
now I've got.
Irby. Fox 7 immobilized. 70%. Last man standing.
Target destroyed.
Nice.
Good
Happy to
work.
hear of your success and achievements on the surface.
Oh, the Irby overheated himself.
Sorry about that.
Poor little guy.
You should have took the lid off the trash can.
But that ruins the aerodynamics of it.
It's a
There-
pressure cooker.
That's it. I thought somebody was barbecuing some lobsters or something.
Okay. These are good guys. Right. 1 killing blow, 5 kill assists.
Well,
2...
I hope you enjoyed the drop. I had a good time.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, me
Thanks,
too.
guys.
Roger. Next
Yeah,
one.
thank you. Thank you for leaving us.
Okay, let's see. 210 damage done, 214 damage taken. So lowish numbers, but I wasn't in any thick fighting really for that. 1 savior kill, so I helped kill something that was doing a lot of damage. 177 AMS, so kind of low performance, especially for an assault, but I was moving around and supporting fire for the most part. So yeah, that's just how it goes sometimes. And mind you, I felt kind of bad trying to hunt down that Irby at the end, but in the end, I didn't actually land a hit on him because he blew himself up before I could. So yeah, poor little Irby. Anyway, that's it. Roll on match number 2. That one went pretty darn well, I think.
Reactor online. Sensors online. Weapons online. All systems nominal.
This is command. Eliminate all enemies, no matter the cost.
Ooh, a little bit of a lag there just after we started. But yes, welcome to the second match of today in this video. Welcome to Solaris City, where we are playing Skirmish. Also known as shoot anything that moves, and preferably not the ones that are marked as quote-unquote friendly. I think that about covers it, actually. So yes, that's that previous match. I was wandering around, I was definitely doing stuff, but I wasn't really in the thick of things, and honestly, I think that I lost out a little bit on that. Also, there wasn't very much in terms of incoming missile fire. The enemy team seems to be very light on missiles, so that's why my anti-missile was so low.
Target acquired.
We're going to
New
see
target
what
acquired.
the enemy has as I try to stick close to the main thrust of my allies. Honestly, I want to stick near the assaults and heavies as much as I can in this mech, because that's where I tend to be most useful. Honestly, the mediums and lights will outpace me to a massive degree, so it's not the best idea to be trying to follow them around the place. I mean, look, I'm being outpaced by a blood asp of all things. Come on. I am not the fastest one around. That said, though, blood asp is, of course, a clan mech, and it is actually pretty fast, so yeah. It's a fast assault mech, that one, in most configurations.
New target acquired.
Shadow Cat, Ivan Jaguar. I don't like the fact they've got ECM, but if they do try to sneak up, I do, of course, have that Beagle Active Probe installed, just to help me out a little bit. Oh, listen to me, I'm commentating on what I'm trying to do. Feels like the old days. I don't like how we've split up, though, into two separate groups. That doesn't feel that good to me, to be honest. Right, let's... I guess we're taking the centre point, and we're going to see how we do on the rest of it. The one thing I would like to note, by the way, is the AMS has actually got pretty big range for me, and because I've got damage boost as well, it can intercept more than you think. Also, what the hell is that? I don't think I've ever really been in the middle of Solaris City, now that I think about it, because I've never seen that light before. Oh well. Ooh.
New target acquired.
Mad Dog, that's probably one of their heavies. Yep, and my AMS just deleted a load of missiles from it. Haha.
New target acquired.
Yeah, as I said though, I do not want to be a primary target, so I'm back a little bit.
New target
What the heck was
acquired.
that? Most of my allies are clustered near me though, so that is exactly what I wanted, to be providing maximum assistance from what systems I've got on board. What was that though? I don't know, but you can hear my AMS system working. So there are missiles in this direction. That was of course rifle hit, I think. Ally died.
Target acquired.
Stalker. Oh, the assault's over that. Whee! Oh, there's something behind me.
New target acquired.
With massive numbers of lasers, of all things. Okay. I think that's a 4B. First mech I ever bought, or one of the first mechs I ever bought. 4B. Oh, jeez, that's all of them. Nope, I don't want to be there.
New target acquired.
Wow. Yeah, I am not going to be peeking that corner again anytime soon. And someone just overloaded.
New
Good on
target acquired.
If I can see them, my AC can hit them.
Warning incoming
But
missile.
if I can see them, they can hit me already pretty hard. What's
New
that?
target acquired.
Enemy mech's behind us. You can tell I never really use the med pulse that much, honestly. And worst still, I'm an assault trying to chase a light. It is not a good thing to be trying to do.
New target acquired.
25% of
Target
the enemies
destroyed.
are eliminated.
Okay, good. We've eked up a small advantage. Of course, my armour is somewhat battered, but that can't really help too much. Problem is, of course, most of my weaponry is actually concentrated on my right side, so I have issues with... Yep. Oop. Left side, though, is actually relatively small because of where my cockpit's placed, so that's...
Target acquired. Target destroyed.
There's something behind me.
New target acquired. Target destroyed.
The enemies are half depleted. Keep pushing.
Target acquired.
Okay, right. Oh, yep, look at that. Incoming missiles getting shot down. I love this one. It's it feels weird. At one point I've got sympathy for the missile users because this is so effective against them. On the other, this is a very powerful support configuration, and it helps to protect my team, which is kind of the whole
New
point.
target
You're
acquired.
a dire wolf, aren't you?
Target destroyed.
Oh! Did I kill steal there? I don't know. I
We're
actually don't know.
experiencing some losses. Don't get sloppy out there. We've almost got them all. Clean up the survivors.
Target destroyed.
Okay, good. Shame my UAC keeps jamming, but that can't really be helped. There's 2 enemies left though, so yeah, this is going pretty well. Whoops. Hello. Thanatos? I keep forgetting what that mech is. But hey, we are victorious. Oh, behind.
Target
Me.
acquired.
Oh, my CT's open. Bound to happen sooner or later, obviously. Just see if I can get a beat on this Evon Jaguar. Pretentious name, I think, but hey, he does. Come back here. Nope, he's running hard.
Target destroyed.
Oh, got it. Haha! Has anyone got a bead on that last target? We don't know where the last target's got to. It's oh dear. I wish I could say this was the exception, but honestly, the lack of voice chat is actually pretty normal in this game. Most people don't use voice chat. Which is why I was so pleasantly surprised during that previous match. It's like, we've got people talking and they know what they're doing, which is even rarer. Looks like it's one of their scout mechs. So, we have got a scout somewhere who might just be hiding. And apparently we're trying to kill the skyscraper now. Yeah, that skyscraper is the enemy. Then that immediately jammed my UAC again. Oh dear. I seem to be having terrible luck this match. Yeah, but it's just like a game of Hunt the Lightmech now, which is unfortunate. But that's how this tends to go. Oh, I should probably also note, by the way, that I'm not planning to do this on just weekends like I used to, or do just this at weekends either. I'm going to be trying for consistent release schedule. It's just that these Mechwarrior Online videos are going to be in the mix, so to say. So these will turn up when they turn up, rather than being every weekend you'll get 2 Mechwarrior Online videos and that's all. Because I don't know if I'm going to go back to doing that or not, but I'm just trying to. I think reviving the channel is probably the first step I want to go for, to be honest. Where is this guy? He must be hiding. Must be hiding. Oh wait.
Target acquired.
Oh, it's that Shadowcat, the one that I took out the rear armor of when he attacked us in the middle.
Target spotted.
And yeah, he is well and truly hiding, isn't he? Was he shut down or something? Might have been. Oh, we got a kill. Ooh. What did he kill? What did he murder? Well, apart from it being an ally, of course.
Target acquired.
Well, he's doing some work now, I'll give him that. He's because he hid, we scattered, and now he's going after us piecemeal. Can I get a bead on him? No, he's behind a skyscraper. This isn't Mechwarrior 5, I can't shoot through the skyscraper. And he's using his jump jets to try and... yeah. Oh dear. But he is on in a 2-on-1 at the moment.
Destroyed.
Yep, there he goes. That little guy. He did his best, bless him.
Good job, soldier.
Okay, so... that was 2 matches and they were decent length. Let's see, about 249, 234, so about the same damage as I did last time. 2 outright kills, 8 assists. This mech, because I'm bombarding with the UAC for the most part, it does tend to get a bunch of assists more than consistent kills. It lacks the punch most of the time for getting outright kills, honestly. But in my test games, it has kept getting assists. In terms of defense, 441 incoming missiles were deleted. So, yeah, that's a decent chunk of damage which I stopped from hitting my allies. And that worked quite well. Yes, indeed. So, this has been my video taking a look at my first ever Corsair and turning it into more of a support build. And I am quite happy with the results. There will be some more videos following, which will be showing some of my other mechs and, as I said, like favourite designs and things like that. Designs that I really took care on and was very careful to work out and that kind of thing. So, yeah, I'll be showcasing those in the coming Mechwarrior Online videos. Until then, though, this has been Iron Mark 3. Thank you all very much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the stompy robot on robot action. And I'll catch you all some other time. Yeah. See you all later.